As a Mexicana, I was born with a cactus on my back. Like instead of hair, we come out with spines. Our umbilical cords represent nooses that cut off circulation of fertilizing roots. My Mexican marigolds ripped and replaced with Tennessee coneflowers. Every day my uncle asked me, "What you learned today, fool?" I want to tell him, over the thousands of Mexicanos lynched in the U.S., only 547 cases were documented. Ironic for a country that claims those native to it undocumented. Like the land they stole caused amnesia, or did they forget that marijuana was a propaganda term created by two white men to make the plant sound more Mexican so they could pass laws to demonize and control immigrants? Like they haven't caused enough weeds in our garden. I want to tell them that near El Paso and Juarez at the border, Mexicanos were forced to strip naked to be screened for low IQs, homosexuality, and were disinfected with toxic fumigants, gasoline, kerosene, sulfuric acid, hydrocyanic acid, the same gas used in the Holocaust. I want to tell them it was 17-year-old Carmelita Torres who had enough of that shit and started the bath riots. I want to tell them that the Underground Railroad ran south the same way it did north, that Mexicanos in Texas have more than 10,000 slaves escaped to Mexico where slavery was illegal, that the U.S. tried to get Mexico to sign a fugitive slave treaty, but Mexico refused. I want to tell them white men made another excuse to beat Mexican Americans, calling pachucos and zoot suits thugs and gangsters, trading white cloaks for brown strokes. I want to tell them there was a Mexican American civil rights movement, that our Black Panthers were the brown berets, that in 1968 in East Los Angeles, more than 2,000 Chicano students walked out in protest of unfair education, who were put into classes for the mentally disabled, who were punished for speaking Spanish in a Mexican state and fought the fight until the win. I want to tell them I didn't know I was Chicana until I was 15 years old, that the reason why my abuelita always scolded me when I would pronounce California with an American washed tongue is because she was afraid it would turn to ice, that every time I were to say Mexico, I was to say it as if thorns were on my tongue. I want to ask him why America acts like Viva la Causa is untranslatable, why the value of a brown person is debatable. Like Damian Leon said, immigrant parents with their wings cut still teach their children to fly. I want to tell them, school never taught me any of this, making me think I had to give credit to the Anglos for watering my garden. But no matter how deep they try to bury our history, a cactus can grow anywhere.